Hello and welcome to Crew 42's coverage of the 30th Discraft CCR Open here in Holt, Michigan. We are at Burchfield Park. There are two beautiful courses on this property. This is our 2023 feature card coverage. I am joined today by Nick Gill on the commentator's mic. How you doing, Nick?
How's it going, everybody? Doing great. Ready to see this course.
So excited to have you on the coverage with the Micahs today. Huge shout out to the main sponsors of this event. 30th CCR Open. It feels like it's a long time to be doing this event.
Yeah, I've been playing it for a long time. I know that, and I'm pretty sure my dad has as well. So I know it's been around for a minute.
For a minute. Here we have hole one. Nick, what's the game plan here?
Well, 354, big hyzer over the top, or you can go really low skip shot with a hyzer, pretty much a backhand. Some people could try to throw a forehand cut roller at it, but might not see that today.
Time and one of our feature cards for the 30th CCR Open. Leading us off, we have Nick Gill.
Wes Shinovar giving the announcements here, our TD for the event, and we have you, Nick Gill, as our leadoff player here for this event.
Yeah, honored to be here. I'm going Venom, so just going to try to throw this big hyzer over the top.
New addition to Discraft's lineup for this year.
Yeah, it's honestly such a great flying disc. It's a little straighter in my force, so still goes far and finishes left really easily.
That one going into circle there. Great start for you.
Yeah, happy with that.
The Michigan man, Tim Barham.
We have Tim Barham as well on our coverage. People know him at this event. He's had putt of the year in 2019 at this event. He's had a top three finish multiple times. Excited to have him here.
Always competes, always.
Taking the same route you are. And there's going to be a little farther outside in circle two there, but we'll have a putt as well.
Teeing third, coming to us all the way from Japan, we have Takeshi.
So excited to have Takeshi on this coverage from Japan.
Yeah, I followed him on Instagram, and I've seen him throw for a little while now, so very excited to meet him in person and see what he's got out here.
A little too inside there is going to nick the tree and leave him short.
South Dakota, Nick Hanson.
And then to round out our card, we have Nick Hanson. People might have seen him before on some other channels and coverages as well.
Yeah, for sure. People have definitely seen Nick's game. First time I've played with him. We've actually met in passing, I think once or twice, and it's good to finally play together.
Going for that low skip shot you mentioned earlier. That one gets caught up by that's the guardian tree you got to flare in front of.
Yeah, it's so easy to push too straight on this hole, and Takeshi throwing a nice little upshot right here.
Very smooth game. Very smooth.
Yeah, he never throws the disc too hard. He's just staying in control.
Nick off to the right there, having to go with a Annie turnover. There's OB on that early right side as well. I'm pretty sure, but he was pretty far past that, I think. I don't think he was in danger of OB unless...
Just be super early.
Yep, big roll.
Tim giving it a bid.
Tickling the chains early. Not quite able to get that one on target. You right on circle's edge?
Yeah, honestly, don't know if I've been this close before on this one. It's like kind of surprising to even see my disc up there. It's such a tough corner to hit, so...
It's an interesting basket too. It sits pretty low in relation to the ground there, but the mound makes it elevated.
Yeah, it's slightly over your head, and if it's windy, it makes you a little nervous. And first hole, it's definitely a good placement.
Gettable but tough. In fact, this hole playing as one like middle of the pack, but on the more difficult side. Only a few birdies here. Looking at this, see 7 of them on the day.
I'm kind of surprised on that.
It feels like it should be easier.
It's got to just be the hole one.
Yeah.
Hole one vibes for sure.
We'll see that on the other course too with hole 1. Here we have hole 2 now. Break it down.
Hole 2, 600 feet. Big anhyzer or big forehand playing to the right. You got anywhere in this green space here is where you got to be. I mean, throwing a big hyzer into the green, trying to crash into these little branches on the right side and find yourself somewhere in the circle on your third shot is definitely where you want to be. That bush left of the basket catches up quick though.
Yes.
Going passion here, just trying to throw a turnover through the gap. Not really worried too much about distance.
I was gonna say, if you do push for a lot of distance, you can get so close to that cluster that you can actually choose to go left side of it as well.
Yeah, we were seeing some guys do that in the years past when the big throwers in town, like Garrett and Paul, they were getting all the way to that bush.
Yep.
And that was,
that's crazy, right?
Yeah, they're throwing farther than most of us, that's for sure.
Tim, talking about big throwers. Chandler's at this event. He's on the other feature card right now for Gatekeeper. But Tim, I like his play, the forehand, just cut it inside, get far right. It's a more straight shot into the tunnel there.
Yeah, you can almost see the basket if you really push it right. And I think Nick's trying to do the same thing.
And there's no OB on the right side other than that road.
Yeah, but
which is way out of range.
Nick threw into the long stuff there and was super, super tight, and honestly, he never had a chance of reaching the road.
Right. Takeshi with a fortunate kick out from the woods with his forehand. He's got a long look, and he looks like he's laying up to the mouth there.
Yeah, he was probably about 400 feet from the basket there. Yep. Just trying to get up and down for the par, I think. Nick with a look here. Looks like that little pine tree wasn't too much in his way.
Got knocked down a little early, but should have a putt there, circle 2.
Yep, I'm looking at it. Tim with that ringer.
He's got that ringer GT. Almost lost it at the tournament right after this one, too. I had to go pick it up for him and bring it back.
Yeah.
And thankfully I did, because it's a really good disc for him, as you can see there. That upshot puts it almost in the bullseye.
I almost got to the short pin location there in that little bowl just to our right of our screen. I'm just going the hyzer with the zone.
High and wide, and that's going to knock down. Donut originally, our catch camera, was pointing on the other side. He thought you might have been going for the forehand, but opting for the backhand this time.
Yeah, it's a little closer on the right side, even if you do decide
Push
to go
left
to the left. Like, trying to just throw a big hyzer over top and crash in is kind of the safer of the two plays.
Sure. Here's Hanson.
Big putt.
Just a touch wide right of that basket attempt. He'll have a 20-footer comeback putt. Taking his time here. Do not want to take a bogey on this hole as it plays on slightly easier side, but middle of the pack as well. A lot more birdies on this hole.
Yeah, this one I think players are a little more comfortable on, and the basket's slightly guarded, so makes things a little bit easier on the putting surface.
And you're going to get your first birdie of the round. Tim trying to match you as well.
No problem. Tapping in his par. Moving on to 3.
2 down, third one now, 810 feet. One of my favorite holes here. Nick, what's the play?
I go big hyzer, but there's OB left side and right side in the rough all the way down, and it actually surrounds the basket. So it's honestly anything you're comfortable with to get 400 feet
and
off
inbounds.
The pad and inbounds. It sneaks up quick on the left side, and off the tee, the left side almost like encroaches in a little closer than you'd like, so it almost gets in the way of the straight play if you try to anhyzer your disc instead of hyzer flipping it. So I'm back in between two different shots, so I just kind of opted for the big hyzer on this one.
If you get 450, does the forehand, is that preferable for you?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, if I can get anything, around that range, and this, I'm comfortable with this tee shot.
It seems really safe too.
It is.
You take a lot of stuff out of the equation with that shot.
I'm only worried about flipping it into that headwind. Just throwing it that high and flipping it. And see Tim, he hits the left side with
good kick.
Excellent kick.
Yeah, there's OB over there. There's rough stuff over there.
totally changes your vibe for the hole. It's
Yes. Takeshi doing the same thing, early release. Needs to sit down quickly and actually gets a kick off the long grass back in bounds.
Is
Look,
that what it just hit the long grass?
It hit either long grass or something firm over there, but it kicked it back in bounds.
Wow.
Extremely fortunate
Wow.
for Takeshi. Nick's going big here. Winding up, turned over a little too much.
Yeah, see, that gap is tough. It's not easy. And
Is he in range from there? Can he reach the basket from there, or is that almost asking a lot?
I think that's asking a lot. I mean,
Just with the OB.
Tim found his way to maybe 150 feet, and Nick was probably another 100 in front of him. I mean, we'll see. I can't remember if he really went for it or not, but it's a big move on a disc, right?
And it's
from
tucked to
here.
the right.
Yeah.
It's like a tough line to hit as well. This one turning right, and as you mentioned, that right side is OB as well. He tucks just in front of that OB line.
Yeah, that's fine. Oh, he's close.
Here's Takeshi. He's right on that line.
There's literally nothing there that he hit other than just some grass.
I'm telling you, I think it's the long grass because there's no roots or anything there. He's going to go with a hyzer from here. Takeshi doesn't have a ton of, he doesn't have that 500 power. And as you mentioned, he doesn't really ever try to throw max distance. He always throws very controlled and smooth.
Yeah, I was interested in watching his game and seeing how it kind of compared to ours. I mean, I'm not 100% sure on his tournament experience and whatnot, but he's definitely was diving in head first here at CCR and River City as well. So, but this is great for him. I think this is he's going to be able to travel back home and kind of
translate that
into what he needs to apply to his game and what one Michigan golf can be like, and
rough, let me tell you,
what some of the competition's like as well.
Takeshi, unfortunate there, grip locks his disc and throws it into the OB long of the basket, left side of that position, and then Tim throws that orange disc right by the pin.
Was that a ringer?
Yeah. A little run from him in a bowl, so kind of a free run too if you can kind of dunk it.
Yeah, why not?
Good attempt from him. Takeshi here for his par save.
Get up.
Yeah, it's good line, but not quite enough distance on that one.
Got this look for a birdie.
Yeah, this is inside circle, yeah? 25 feet?
Close. It's right on the edge, probably.
And I do like this. Hole 2 and 3, I think, are interesting because holes 1, 2, and 3, because 1 comes off on a mound, so you're putting at a low basket that's sitting above your head, and then hole 3, you're putting at a basket that's in the ground. It's just a weird change to start off this tournament, this round.
It definitely adds to the whole effect of the course. I mean, you're not just putting on a flat surface, even though it looks like it.
Right.
You're looking down at a lot of these baskets, actually.
Since 2015, Great Lakes Disc has been supporting players at all levels, from local leagues and events to professional disc golfers on the Disc Golf Pro Tour. Visit GreatLakesDisc.com to learn more.
All right, back to the action here. Hole 4, back to par 3s here. 364 feet, OB left side, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, just left side all the way up. Right side's just super rough, so don't want to go there either. There's a big forehand play over top of everything if you want it. There's also just a straight play with like a anhyzer or a forehand slight flex.
You going low or high?
I'm going low with the Raptor, Big Z Raptor, my go-to forehand discs.
A little early, but still stays just outside circle there.
Yeah, pushes me to circle's edge, and not upset with that at all. Honestly, it's getting me up there for a look is all I need.
The backhand here is getting tougher and tougher every year. Gonna get clipped by some of that cabbage. Is gonna knock Tim down early. It's just so tight, it feels like, on that middle gap.
Yeah, I was surprised Tim didn't just go low forehand. Nick pushes this backhand real nice. Just slides a little deep.
Yep.
Only thing you got to worry about is your backhand hyzer and out.
Yeah, going towards that OB. Takashi's putting a good angle, a good height on it, but a little turned over. He's going to stay in the fairway, though, have a long look.
Yeah, he throws the annex a lot.
Yes, I saw he bagged like 4 or something like that.
Yeah. Tim just laying up, maybe giving it a soft bid.
Hole 4 playing is one of the more difficult holes. One of the smaller amount of birdies, not the smallest, probably 5th smallest amount of birdies per the hole. I think it's just a tough hole to get to score.
Yeah, it requires a pretty big forehand, really,
Yep.
if you're gonna park it. I think
That low gap, you have to end uphill, right? That basket's above the tee pad.
Yeah, nobody's really throwing a hyzer to the basket with a forehand on the low side. No way. And then when it's as breezy as it was, it's really kind of tough to get the high play. And this one, I was honestly so perplexed at the wind switch. Like, it totally changed on me as soon as I went to putt.
Oh no, some putting woes here from the 2 Nicks we have. Here's your comeback for par.
Yeah, lining this one up. I'm making sure I'm checking that wind out, to be honest with you.
Double check the flag and the bushes behind it. Make sure everything's lined up and ready to go.
I remember Tim saying something to me. He's like, Nick, what was that? And I'm like, honestly, dude, I'm not even upset. Like, moving on.
We're just going to let that one slide, and we're going to move on to hole 5.
Yeah.
Another short hole. This feels like a musket. I feel like it's probably one of the easier holes. In fact, I am correct on that, playing .2 under par, 404. Just pretty much a strict hyzer here, right?
Yeah, big hyzer. Throw it over top of the short trees in the middle there and push the ones on the right. There is OB left side, and if you throw it short, you can definitely find it. So that's kind of a thought, but you just got to push it long.
It's probably worth mentioning as well that if you don't have that 400 big hyzer that you're going to see Nick throw here, because that's way up in the air, you can throw a straighter line at it with the 400 power. There's an alleyway for that, but it's a much tougher ask to get it into the green.
For sure, for sure. It's you're almost like hitting like a little flex gap at that point.
Because it just requires your disc to stable out and get left at the very end, which is, if you're throwing that straight gap 380 feet, it's like that disc is probably going to stay straight at 385 feet too. So
those 2 trees short of the basket are pretty much the catch-all. They snag a lot of discs and put them right at circle's edge. Takeshi going a little lower, getting some skip. Might have sneaked into circle 2. Then Nick, I'm sure he's going to go big hyzer here.
Yep. He's power similar to yours. Would you guys compare?
Yeah, I think so. I think after playing together a few rounds, we definitely were feeding off each other's drives and throwing, he's following some of the lines I was at Brewer, and we kind of, were definitely, able to get some wind reads.
Gosh, another good bid there, just a little left and high.
Yeah, he's not laying up. That's good to see. You know, he's going for it. He's trying to get some birdies.
Barham from underneath those pines gets that one to sneak in.
Great putt, really. Like, I don't know if he found a lull in the wind or whatnot, but he's even talking about it.
He's going to move himself to 2 down. Nick here to get himself back to even.
Well done. It's a good birdie.
See the second feature card in the background there. Trying to catch up to you guys. We had 3 camera crews out at this event, so we have lots of coverage for this tournament. Oh my, high there? Wind or just...
I don't even know.
I don't
even know.
Just driving the struggle bus right now, huh?
Yeah, just trying to get the putter figured out. I'm not quite sure what the deal was, but
Hits that one to go.
hit a great comebacker from Circle's Edge, and just kind of like, well, here we go. Let's move on.
Takeshi here for his par. And we're going to go from hole 5 to a challenging hole 6, the 4th hardest hole of this round. Lots of OB to break down here. Nick, what's the plan?
Yeah, so this is like almost a giant island here. You got to make it through those pines that the drone's going through, and anywhere inside that green space and the short stuff is safe. But there's that big sand bunker in the middle, and OB left side, OB right side, but it ends right about now. So anything over here, you're good to go.
Yep.
It's safe at that point, and basket's kind of tucked into that little bowl. So
Yep. The drop zone for this one, because you're right, it plays as an island essentially, is the short pad.
yeah. So
Which, if you land there on your tee shot, that's a great shot.
it's not bad.
Yeah.
It's really not. Tim, OB.
Not able to make it. He's got caught up by the guardian pine tree. Thought his crank was going to flip over a little bit more than it did, but unfortunately didn't get the break he wanted.
Yeah, he's got some stable cranks.
He does have some. I wonder where he gets those at. All right, Hanson.
Keeps it low, just smashes it through that gap. I like the shot. I'm going to try to follow that, I think.
Yep, past the short basket there, a little farther forward. Great landing zone for him.
This green ESP force a buddy just gave me, and flips up really nice. Travels far easily for me.
Forces go far. Didn't you know? Didn't you know? Out in the fairway where you want to be. Takeshi now. Trying to follow suit, get into the fairway. This is a little inside as well. It's going to catch that same pine tree, and he's going to be going to the drop zone with Tim.
It's just a big Anheuser from here.
Yeah, Tim likes to push it to the right side. So even though the left side of the fairway is arguably more open in going to the basket, there's an open hyzer gap on the far right side as well that Tim likes to go for.
Yeah, I usually stay to the left side myself. Takeshi here, gonna try to follow him, it looks like.
For people with noodly arms like myself, that right side's so scary because I don't have the power to carry that bunker every time.
Right.
So it definitely is a bold move, I feel like, to try to go for that right side rather than try to land it in between the bunker and the OB left side. But
for sure.
You're turning something over here.
Yeah, I'm just taking a passion and hanging it out on that left side. At least trying to, and I end up like kind of pinched myself, I think, a little bit. But
in the middle is tough because you kind of lose angles towards the basket.
Yeah,
there.
You got to like throw this like interesting flex and try to push it. Nick got way up there on his tee shot, so he's getting aggressive.
From years past, this left kind of cluster of trees used to be OB. Isn't this year, and he's going to lay up right in front of it. We're going to have to see what kind of angle he has getting into the basket from that position.
I wasn't sure if he was actually safe or not.
Yeah.
And to find out that he was just right there was great. Like, that was, I mean, perfect.
Great place to choke up at.
Yeah.
Takeshi, big hyzer from that right, like I said, there's a right side hyzer. You do have to hang it over some OB, but as long as it's stable, it'll always come back. You look like you're trying to tuck something under some stuff.
I was a little challenged with this one. I decided to go Anheuser with my zone, and it looks like it just started fighting back too late. And yeah,
Pushes it deep, but not OB.
Nope, not OB.
Not OB.
Just kind of like maybe 5 or 6 feet into that stuff.
Yep.
It's tight.
It's not where you want to be for sure. Tim's going to try to follow suit here. I think they're on the same disc as you. The only difference between him and you is that doesn't touch anything.
Oh,
And goes over a barbed wire fence, goes over the sidewalk on the private property, but isn't OB somehow.
No, safe. Safe. And we played it out both ways. We didn't know during the round. So.
Oh my gosh. Off the basket.
Yeah, that would have been for the eagle, right?
Yeah, for the 3. It would have been for the 3. Yeah, you're right.
So, Tim,
Tim,
over the road.
Taking 2 seconds here. We had
under the basket.
2 people from the property walking there and like, hey, you can't be over here. Tim was like, I don't want to be here either. He just threw the disc and moved on.
Yeah, we were trying to check that out. It was, oh well.
Yep. He did play, like you said, he played it both ways, so you'll see an extra disc. In fact, you'll see Tim give an extra tap in here, playing the other way as if it was OB as well. But we'll end up gating that stroke back from it not being OB.
Right.
And honestly, the shot he did to pitch it over, he took a whole 1.5 seconds to throw that. That was a great shot over the
It was amazing. Yeah,
shot for what it was.
He didn't know whether or not he was safe or out, and he thought he was out. Mm-hmm. And he's like, "Well, I'm just playing this for gigs at this point because there's no point." And it ended up being that was what he had to take, and that, I mean, I think it was the same either way. Really,
he would have lost. He would have lost 1 more stroke if he had played from the.
So he would have got the double.
OB. Yep, he would have taken the double instead. So, luckily, saves 1 stroke at least.
Yeah.
At Discraft, we don't wait to see what the future holds. We build it. The future is in your hands.
All right, hole 7, another long par 4, 830 feet. Talk about OB on this one because there's a lot of it.
Man, it helps to throw super, super far on this one. OB left side, OB right side that curls, and I believe this one again has OB going all the way down, but it ends right here where the drone's at. And then you're good once you get into this.
Right.
But this is also the jungle, so you gotta hit the gap. Gotta hit the gap.
We've seen years past, like players, you said big power, Garrett Gerthy, try to pump one out in the fairway and then try to play Plinko with those trees by the basket.
Yeah. If you throw far, it's okay, but you have to throw super far. And Nick right here putting a good move on the disc, hanging it out over the OB almost the whole way.
Yeah.
I mean, just hyzering back in bounds, 30 feet from the OB.
Yep.
It's a huge shot. I'm trying to flex over top, and I just don't quite get over it enough. It's hyzering out.
Wind was pushing a little bit right to left, if I recall correctly as well. So once that thing started hyzering, it was not looking promising.
It never had a chance, really.
Tim's going to follow suit here, but low. And this is turning over. Also could hit OB, but gets knocked down just by it instead.
Yeah, good tree kick, honestly.
He's got 2 of them so far.
Knocked him right down.
We take him when we can get him.
Takeshi, let's see what he does here. Hyzering out left a little early.
Yeah, does the same mistake you have. Just doesn't quite commit, doesn't get quite over on that disc the way he wants to, and he's going to hyzer out left as well, short and OB.
Tim, safe by a meter. Doesn't like it.
Does not like this. It needs this to get left, and it's not gonna. It's gonna trickle into that OB on the right side where the short basket is.
Oh, man. That's the thing. This hole's only 830 feet, but I think with how pinched and tough the tee shot is and how high you need to go if you're really going to get big distance, it makes it
way harder.
Makes it play almost par 5.
Like the last hole, yeah. Like you mentioned, you have to go so high to play safe. I'm going to put safe in quotation marks there.
Right.
And then it truncates so much of your distance that the second shot has to be perfect.
For sure. For sure.
And it's not even an easy gap to hit. Like, it's a tough gap. You can get hit early and be in out of position for a putt. It's a very challenging par 4, I'd say.
It's one of my favorite holes on the course. It's a fair separator hole for the whole field. And myself being a little bit of a longer thrower, I enjoy it. Nick getting a good break here, just kicking out into the edge. Might be edge of circle 2.
Yeah, I love how you said this is one of your favorite holes because this is the hardest hole on the day.
Is it really?
Yes.
Huh. I'm actually surprised on that.
Turn over here from Tim. Needs this to get lucky. Oh, kick one,
What?
kick two. Sure, circle one.
Oh my
He
goodness.
needs to give all those trees kisses.
Yeah, I love seeing this back on the coverage here. This is fun because obviously we're not seeing that from where we were at all. He just threw a 400-foot shot into the stuff. So
Double kicked in the circle. We'll take those any day of the week. Your third now, your third throw for your fourth
yep.
point here with the OB.
I'm just going magnet here. Gonna lay it up.
We'll turn over, scoot up by the basket. Well executed by you.
Take it. Get me off the hole.
Yeah. Once you have an OB, just get you off the hole. Forehand.
Just a little chip.
Yeah, just gets a grip on that one. It's
Snuck it just past donut.
yep. They're trying to hit him, right? Someone has to be the first one, but not that one.
He's quick. Nick with the jump putt.
Oh, off the top of the band. And this is a tough green too because it does sit on a little hill. So like you very rarely throw a putt at it and will be 5 feet behind the basket.
Yeah, another uneven putt. Takeshi looking at the camera on that one. He's like, oops.
Oops, that one I held on to a little too long. Gonna
Yeah.
make the comeback though.
Yeah, he's back at it.
Yeah, there was only one birdie on this hole in on round one, by GT Hancock.
Wow.
That's it.
We got
And
the whole
then-
field done.
Over about 40% of the field took bogeys.
Wow.
Over 50% of the field took bogey or worse, like together.
Yeah. Yeah.
Before someone says that's not how the percentages work. No, I'm including bogeys and more than bogeys is a little over 50% of the field. It played very tough today, averaging 4.95, like you had mentioned, almost another par 5, based on how it played.
For 830 feet, I think that's what we want. We need more of that. That's tough disc golf. That's fair for. I don't know how you can make it any more fair for a challenging par 4.
And then we're gonna go right from that to hole 8.
This one, yeah. We're not.
230, little poke and pray.
Yeah, you guys saw the intro.
You guys watched it. That's enough said.
We're gonna play it.
Couple lines you can go at this. Backhand, which Hanson's trying to go for, you need to be in the air. Or you can go with a forehand and try to flex it kind of into that landing zone.
Yeah, I'm trying to cut it tight. Just honestly, anything that's gonna get me through. And I loved it out of my hand, and I didn't hit a thing.
Kind of banking on a hit, and it didn't happen.
No, you slid across the tee pad on the next hole, so it's fine though. I'll take it all day, really. That OB left side is.
Yeah, that's the feel bad moment, right?
Yeah, it can really put a damper in your round when you're trying to play a 230-foot birdie hole, and then all of a sudden you're scrambling for a bogey, because it's tough.
And depending on where you go OB, it can even make the bogey tough. But
yeah.
Takeshi there, even though you see him kick left, the OB kind of extends left once you get up to that first wall there.
Yeah.
So it's not super dangerous where those bushes start. You're not really pushing OB as aggressively as earlier in that long grass.
Nope, just got to hit the first gap. That's it.
Tim's got a little over the top there.
Yeah. I played with Nick Newton round 3, and he just showed us the way going wide right with an overstable putter.
Cashes that one. Good putt,
Sick
Takeshi.
putt. So good.
Finally gets his first birdie of the round.
Yeah,
Hopefully
he's
gets going there.
feeling great about that one. That's kind of a bonus.
Oh yeah, especially from that position, yeah. Hanson trying to match the big putt. Just a little too low from him. He's going to have a 20-foot comeback putt. We finally get to you.
Yeah,
60
super
feet
deep.
past
I
the
almost
basket.
made it to the road. I'm okay with it. No worries. Let's give it a go.
A little high floaty bid, a little right side of the basket though.
Yeah. No laying up though. That was.
Yeah, you can't lay up on 8.
Give me the birdies.
Tim here on his comeback putt, 25 feet or so, gets that one to go.
Yeah, hitting the pole, no problem.
You will just a little inside of that, 20 feet or so, with your comeback putt. See the wind ripping in the background from those flags.
Yeah, it's a little protected right there, but definitely in the tee shot on the next 2 holes, that's that road is like a tunnel.
Hanson's going to finish out our hole 8 here with his tap in. And that means we have 1 hole left to finish out our front 9 here for this tournament.
Yeah, we got ourselves kind of a touchy little par 4 here, 492 feet, road OB on the right side, and then just jungle left. So stay away from that. It's kind of hard to get left. Really just want to land your tee shot by the short basket we're passing right now, and then throw a nice little putter anhyzer or forehand into this group of trees and keep it low and get a little ground play, try to slide the disc up to the basket. I've seen people get super aggressive and go all the way up to the group of trees, but that's Reed Frescura talk.
Right, yeah. That's turnover, but it's flexing back the right way.
I saw it round 3 when craziness.
Yeah, we've seen coverage in years past too, him getting so close he goes grenade in order to get the position. Takeshi gets clipped a little early, he's not going to make it too far. Hanson here was looking to hit the road to skip back in bounds, but it's going to catch that grass and leave him OB, so he'll be way back throwing 3.
Yeah, he didn't like it. He just grip locked it just a touch.
And he flipped a flat just for a second there. That dangerous combination with an OB on the right side there. You just in a good landing zone there.
Yeah, I'm playing super safe on this one. The hole's not too long, so just get me into the landing zone, and I'll throw a shot to the basket.
Say if you get 350 or 150 to the hole, so it's
no problem. I'm barely even going for that.
Tim's really trying to push the gap there.
I love it. I love the confidence in that.
Yeah.
It's so good. He knows what he's doing. He knows the 100 feet to the bucket. Okay, I'll throw a little 400-foot stock hyzer.
Hanson there trying to push into that gap from distance, but he's going to catch that jungle you talked about early left.
Yeah, hopefully push through a little bit.
Takeshi throwing that zone again. He has not thrown it particularly well yet. He's going to burn it into the ground, leave him short.
Yeah, I think
he's going to burn it into the ground again. He's not quite got that one in.
He's learning the distances out here, I think. I'm not sure how many practice rounds he got, but on the first try I saw him go in zone, and I was a little surprised. I was like, ooh. I mean, that'd be a great forehand for top-level players from where he was at, and even if you're playing for par, I mean.
Yeah. Tim here's a little pinch. That's the danger of going for distance. You can leave yourself a little bit of a tough angle, but no problem for Timmy there.
Yeah, easy does it. Nick from the jungle.
Yeah, he's just looking to get out, trying to pitch and get up by the basket. Unfortunately, he's going to get a negative roll there off the root kick.
Yeah, he was probably circle's edge without that.
Takeshi looking to get off this hole as well, just trying to get up and down from here. Soft Luna splitting a couple trees, and he's going to be in circle.
Yeah, just put him in range. Put him in range.
From downtown. Hanson looking to finish this one. Just not quite enough height on that one. It's going to hit the pole low.
Yeah, tough one for him finishing his front 9 here. Got a birdie look. Little straddle putt.
There you go. Now you're putting looking a little better after the beginning.
Found myself under par. Finished the front 9. I'm all right with that. It's just starting the tournament. A little nerves. It happens.
Takeshi's going to get his putt to go as well. 2 more tap-ins, and we'll be wrapping up this front 9.
Good
birdie from Tim, too, yeah.
Well done.
If he cleans up a couple of those bogeys, he'd be shooting really, really well at this point.
Nick with a tough double bogey.
Yeah, that's a tough break. He's been playing. He's been surging here. You can see he started with a bogey, but backed it up with 2 birdies. He's going in the right direction, but that's gonna take him a step back here. Taking a look at those front 9 scores. Yellow frames indicate OBs. It's starting to eat up the card a little bit here.
Yeah, we all collectively left some out there. Takeshi trying to figure it out a little bit. Myself missing a few putts.
Right.
Tim going into the neighbor's property. I mean, tough front 9. Honestly, you gotta hit your lines and play good.
Yep.
But it's that's it.
We have the attackable back 9 coming up though, so you guys have a chance to turn the round around.
Check it out.
And thanks to our Patreon followers. We'll see you guys in the back 9.